Yakima in 1890 wasn't the bustling hub we know today. It was a frontier town, but one with a vision for the future. That year, North Yakima High School opened its doors. It was a humble beginning at 4th Avenue and a street. The town itself was literally on the move, as businesses used horse teams to haul buildings 4 miles north to the railroad. There were no seniors that first year, just 13 students across the 9th, 10th, and 11th grades. In those days, you didn't need a 12th year to graduate. Education was a precious frontier resource. By 1896, that small room was already too tight for the 40 students enrolled. The growth was explosive. The school began a series of moves. First to the Central Building, then to Lincoln School, chasing the valley's growth. The valley was transforming into an agricultural powerhouse, and education was the heartbeat of that transformation. Every new brick laid was a step toward the future. But that future would soon face a trial by fire. Disaster struck on a freezing January night in 1907. The Lincoln School burned to the ground. The fire was a devastating blow to the young community. The high schoolers were left without a home. For a year, students were scattered, attending classes in the basement of the Methodist Church, tight, dark, but determined. But from those ashes rose an architectural icon. A vision of stone and strength began to take shape. In 1908, the new Yakima High School was completed on South 7th Avenue. It was unlike anything the city had seen. It cost nearly $85,000, a literal fortune at the time. A massive investment in Yakima's youth. With 23 classrooms and room for 690 students, it was immediately nicknamed the Castle for its commanding presence. Its severe, fortress-like design featured Gothic detailing that symbolized the community's educational anchor. This wasn't just a local school, it was a regional landmark. In 1909, President William Howard Taft came to visit. He was presented with the largest apple in the valley, a symbol of the agricultural prowess Taft so admired. Imagine the excitement of hundreds of students gathered on these very steps to hear the leader of the free world speak. But the school's greatest legacy might be a student who graduated just a few years later, William O. Douglas, a star debater, basketball player, and the valedictorian of the class of 1916. He was a pirate through and through. After college, he returned to these halls to teach English and Latin before heading to Columbia Law. His passion for the Yakima Ridges and Cascades fueled a lifelong dedication to environmental conservation. He would eventually become the longest-serving justice in U.S. Supreme Court history, changing the face of American law. Through all this growth was one steady hand, Angus Charles Davis. He was the educational architect of Yakima. He started as principal of the Castle in 1908 and served as superintendent for 33 years until 1947. Known as a gentleman of the old school, he personally encouraged every student toward higher goals. He oversaw the purchase of the athletic field in 1917, now known as Davis Field, a cornerstone of pirate pride. He also led the construction of the modern auditorium during the Great Depression, a light during dark times. In 1957, when Yakima grew enough to need a second school, it was only fitting that the original High was renamed in his honor. But time eventually caught up with the Castle. Even stone can be weathered by the passing decades. Between 1965 and 1978, the iconic stone tower was phased out to make way for a modern campus. While some lamented the loss of the old architecture, the spirit of the pirates remained as strong as ever. Today, Davis continues that legacy of academic rigor as the only school in the valley to offer the IB diploma program. Following a $97 million modernization completed in 2015, Davis stands as a bridge between past and future. The new campus serves over 2,300 students, continuing the excellence established over a century ago. From 13 students in a rented room to over 2,000 pirates today, the castle has evolved with its city. Its walls may have changed, but its legacy is set in stone. Once a pirate, always a pirate. For more Yakima history, visit yakcollectibles.com.